Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas and welcome to HKB. This is our 4th Christmas episode, I think, this year. And a little while back on social media, Shaz and I put out a little question. Would you like to give us some questions for a Christmas episode? Q&A with HKB, with Leon and Shaz. I thought it was a good idea. What do you think, Shaz?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had some on the YouTube and we had some on Instagram. So we're going to try and whiz through them as quickly as we can because we don't like to hold everybody up. Everybody's busy. It's Christmas. It's festive time. Got to see family. Got to see friends. Got to go to parties. So here we go. Here we go, Shaz, with the first one on YouTube, which is from Chris Polo 25. Would you check out Royal Tramp 1 and 2 by Stephen Chow and have a review? Thoughts on it? This has just recently been released by Eureka. And we have had it for quite a while on Hong Kong Blu-ray. So I would say, because we're not upgrading, we probably won't cover this one. Because if we don't cover the upgrade, I think people wouldn't be tuned into the video. We've seen that time and again, haven't we? Where we've covered something that's had a new release and always just kind of doesn't get any traction. So what we will do, Chris, is if one of our friends, in the ACC, if they put up a review, we'll highlight it on our Instagram and we'll send you that way because those guys do a fantastic job. So hopefully one of them will cover it, and if they do, we will try to make it known. Right, moving on swiftly to number 2. JJKTNG. I'm not going to try and read that as a word. Any good Hong Kong movies from the past 10 years? Well, I think we know the answer to that one, don't we, Shaz?
There's probably quite a few.
Quite a few. I'd say there's loads. What a lot of Hong Kong movie fans do, and I understand, because I was a little bit that way myself, is they tend to stick with the stuff they know from the past and rewatch.
Yeah, like
and
80s,
rebuy.
90s, 70s.
Yeah, all that classic stuff. Nothing wrong with that.
Good films. But
Great films.
there is loads of more up-to-date, really good stuff that a lot of people are missing out on, which is a huge shame.
It is a huge shame.
Because people are scared to try new stuff.
Yes, people are. And we've been going back to stuff that I missed in the noughties and the tenors. And well, oh, that's good, that's great. How come I didn't know about that? And now that stuff kind of seems classic, even though it's newer.
Yeah.
And we would direct you, everybody, to Love Hong Kong Films' best 75 Hong Kong films of the 2010s. That's a good place to start. I'm sure they got plenty more list on there, but really, really good site. So I'll put a link to that. And if we're just going to mention a couple off the top of our heads, Still Human.
Yes.
Fantastic absolutely
film.
Cracking, top quality drama. And for action, I'm sure a lot of the fans of the channel would know Raging Fire.
Yes.
Benny Chan's last film. Donnie Yen, Nicholas Say. Incredible.
Yeah, can't go wrong with those two.
Incredible. Right, question 3 from Wedge7773. I wonder if that's like a Star Wars reference. Wedge Antilles. I don't know. Who has the right to pedicab driver?
Ooh.
Sammo Hung classic there. I had the Made in Hong Kong VHS this, and I've been waiting ever since for a decent copy. But unfortunately, because Warner Brothers hold the rights, we could be waiting a long time.
They hold other titles as well, don't they?
They do. We're not that chuffed with Warner's. They're not giving us the goods, and so far the releases that we've had on Blue from Warner's, like Drunken Master 2 and Rumble in the Bronx, I don't think they've been the additions that everybody's been waiting for. So we just haven't purchased them. We're thinking, you got to do better. I want to see
exactly.
something.
Don't be lazy. Put some effort in. Don't just sell a title. Make it something desirable. Because it's basically for people that like to collect and would much rather have something with a bit more work put into it.
What Shaz said.
Because I believe, aren't they the ones that own He's a Woman, She's a Man?
Yes.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah.
Depriving the world of an up-to-date release of that. It's just wrong.
And I wish I could be as forgiving. But I can't because this whole thing fucking sucks. I mean, this is the biggest pile of shit ever.
Calm down. Don't need to get you a drink. I'll get some eggnog. Right, so we're now going to go over to Instagram. And excuse me, because on the screen here, we're going to have a little look. Right, so from Kung Fu Collector, would you sacrifice never watching another Jackie Chan film in your life if you could have Amy Yip around for dinner? I feel like this one might be directed at me.
I think so.
Right, okay. Oh, this is, you're putting me in dangerous ground here, aren't you? Kung Fu Collector wants to see the death of Leon live. Well, not live, but on YouTube. Actually, I might have said yes. I might have done if there'd been a few more details in there, you know, a bit more specifics. But as it is, I've always been a huge Jackie Chan fan. I love Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan wins over Amy Yip.
And
who'd have thought?
We got the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio coming.
Oh yes.
I can't give that up for anybody. You could have like Sherry Chung, Rosamund Kwan, Shu Qi, Amy Yip, all bundled in one for dinner. It ain't gonna happen. I need to see the Karate Kid collapse. So that's the answer. Surprise, shocked, aren't you? You all thought I was very shallow. Were you wrong? Alright, there we go. You can read the next one out, Shaz.
Okay, so this is from Bandai Movie Collection. Have you ever been to Hong Kong?
Yes, I have. 2006.
Just the once.
Just the once. It was the year after my dad passed away, and I wanted to do something that I knew he knew I would want to do. So I went to Hong Kong, and yeah, it was great. It was very strange. For me, it was like home away from home. Everywhere I was walking, I kind of recognised from movies, so I didn't feel lost or scared or intimidated. I absolutely loved it. I had a special connection, I felt like, you know. And ever since, I've dreamt about it repeatedly. And this is a long time now, because 2006, you know, it's like 17 years ago, nearly 18. And I really would love to go back. We were planning on it next year, but the dentist decided otherwise.
No chance.
So it's gonna have to be put off, unfortunately,
Yes,
for maybe a couple of years. But it's in the plans. You know, we loved it, didn't we? We loved the planet. I mean,
I've not been there yet. Just Leon has.
Okay, I will read the next one.
Oh,
I nearly missed one.
have you ever met a celebrity?
No.
Also from Bandai Movie Collection.
One above that. How many movies do you have? Top of my head, I think it's over 2,000. If you include all.
Oh gosh.
If you include all the Laserdisc, the Blu-rays, the DVDs, the VCDs, it might even be closer to 3. Oh, well, that might be wishful thinking, but somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000, I would say, is the answer. I didn't have time to count them. I hope that's okay. And then,
have you ever met a celebrity?
Yes, I've met a few. Anthony Wong, I met at a Hong Kong movie convention up in Birmingham. It was the Hong Kong Movie Superstars fan club, I think that's what it's called. That was back in the 90s. He was really cool. I got my photograph with him. I'm sure I posted that on the Instagram somewhere.
So.
Might have even popped up in the Untold Story episode picture, I don't know. Yeah, he was cool. I've met a few others since. I've met Virginia Hay, who people might know from Farscape if you like sci-fi TV. And she was in Mad Max 2 and Licensed to... Was it Licensed to Kill? Or it might have been Living Daylight. She was in one of the Dalton Bomb movies. And I met Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. He was pretty cool. I liked him. One of my big ones for me was Caroline Munro. Absolutely adored her.
I met her as well.
Yes, Shaz was with me. She invited you in for the photograph as well.
Yeah, she was such a lovely lady.
She was lovely.
She was so kind.
And she directed us to a great place for coffee as well.
She did.
She did. She was fantastic.
Yep.
Madeline Smith, also from Hammond. I had a great conversation with her. She came down to talk Bay, and I think it was, where was the event? Was it at the English Riviera Centre? They held it?
No. It was somewhere else. I can't think of it at the minute.
But it was that
like
general
a country
area.
house, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she thought I was running the event, but I wasn't. So she said, "Oh, you know me?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're Madeline Smith." She said, "Well, come have a talk with me, dear." So I did. Fantastic. And we did. Well, I met, but you didn't meet, somebody at a recent top secret event that I went to.
Yes.
Your
lips are sealed.
My lips sealed. I can't say. I kind of asked permission, but that said person is so famous and so busy that they won't probably see the message. But I met somebody I've had a bit of a crush on, actually, and for once my knees turned to jelly when I was introduced to them, and yeah, maybe at some point I'll get to tell you all, but I can't say anything, so really apologies on that one. Right. Oh, here we go, Shaz. Do you want to read that one? I'll let you answer that one too.
Kid Tamagotchi, how did you guys meet? Wow, now there's a story. We actually met speed dating, didn't we? Many years ago now.
Yes, I think you were number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I was number 7.
Mm-hmm. You were my lucky number.
Lucky for some, eh? But yeah, that was, I was just supposed to be going to support a friend who was newly single. But he didn't go, but I did, so lucky me. Okay. Do you or did you ever play a musical instrument? This is Rune Misa, and we have a whole bunch of questions from Rune Misa, so we're going to try and get through these quick. I didn't. I played the recorder briefly at primary school because I thought the recorder was video recorder lessons, and it was recorder lessons, so I got tied into it when my uncle bought me a nice wooden recorder.
Ooh. I play a few different things, not to any great level, but I play clarinet and flute mainly.
And she's quite a good singer too.
Well, you know. Don't want a demonstration.
Are you double jointed? I'm not.
I don't know, I think I'm a little bit, but not overly.
I don't know where we're going with that one. I'm quite worried about that question. Swiftly moving on. What was either the scariest or the funnest nightmare you've ever... I don't think I've ever had a fun nightmare. They've all been pretty scary. I've had some really wacky ones.
Yeah, I've had some horrible ones.
I had one where the mafia was coming to get me once, and I could see that the front door wasn't locked, the latch wasn't locked, and I ran up to the door, and as I did, the silhouette hit the door, and I just crouched down on the bench by the door. I could see the hand coming towards the door, and then he pressed the buzzer, and the buzzer was going off, and it was my alarm. My alarm was going off and woke me up.
Oh, that's weird when that actually ties into the dream or the nightmare. That
scared the Dickens out of me. Dickens? Charles Dickens, Christmas. Right, any nightmares for you?
Yeah, just some horrible ones of like hands coming to get me when I'm in bed, like, yeah, horrible, scary. Oh, it's horrible. I did wake up, thank God, before they got to me.
Right, there we go. Wonder what would have brought that on. Did you ever want to learn another language? Yeah, I'd love to learn Cantonese so I don't need to read all the subtitles. But unfortunately, I'm just not brainy enough. We tried the little CD thing, I was awful.
Yeah, I think maybe it would help if we learnt it a different way. I think just listening, need to learn it properly.
What about you, Shaz? You've, you know a little bit of German.
Yeah, just what I learnt at school, a bit of German, a bit of French.
Okay, you got a choice. You sang Wooden Heart once in German, or you have a funny line in German. Pick one and do one, just for the viewers. See if anybody knows.
Du hast ein lange Schlange.
There we go. Some of you out there might know that. Right. So, most underappreciated TV show ever. Wow. That's a big one. What
It is.
What are you going with?
Well, just from what we've been watching recently, I'd probably go with Krypton.
Oh, yes.
Just because it's so well made, and I don't think it's ever really been publicised, not really ever heard about it. Maybe it has been out there and I just missed it, but...
Okay, and I'm going to go with a slightly different one. The Big C. Laura Linney. Absolutely amazing. Great show. Really love that one. What is the worst anthology movie you've seen? Well, this is a tough one, actually. I can't think of a bad one that I've seen. I love anthology movies.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore them, and usually if there's one rubbish story, there's a good story to back it up. So I can't think of any I've really hated, but I do hear that the Red Shoe Diary ones are supposed to be particularly rubbish, and I've seen little bits of them on TV or Amazon, and they don't really look like my thing. You know, there's cheap sort of sexual stories. Dear Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that's bad. I know we've watched a few different ones, but I think they've all been quite good.
Yeah, I've liked them all. Tales from the Occult, Dumplings,
Yeah.
Troublesome Night, all good. All good stuff. Right. What is your least favourite genre or category?
For me, it would have to be historical epics,
Yeah?
if that's a genre
Yeah, no, that's
on its
fine.
own, because I find them quite hard going, because they normally tend to be about 3 hours long.
For me, I would say political dramas. If there's anything political, I switch off. I'm really not into politics. I don't understand politics. If I try and talk politics, I get myself into trouble. That's just me, you know. I like to concentrate on the fun things in life, rightly or wrongly, and but I will be there for everybody that needs me as best I can. But political stuff, I get lost, and I don't like to make mistakes on things I don't really understand about. So I steer clear from that if I can.
What is the highest price you've paid for a DVD or Blu-ray?
I'm thinking it's probably the Martial Law 1-2 Vinegar Syndrome, because it had sold out, and we found it on eBay's. We found it for quite a good price, actually. I think it was about £50-ish, which sounds a lot, yeah. But we had Secret Weapon, we had the Nectar card, and we had the Nectar points.
Yeah.
And that came in quite nicely. And because Shaz turned into a massive Symphony of Rock fan over this last year.
Yeah.
I thought,
Been really enjoying
we
those
got to have
films.
it.
Yeah.
We've got to have it. So we got it. We were late to it, but we got it, and we're so happy. Right. Do we have... Oh no, which fictional movie character would you like to have as a friend in real life? Which fictional movie character? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
that's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I just can't think at the moment.
Okay, I'm going to go with one. I've got one, yeah. Yvette. The Maggie Chung version.
That's good. Yeah.
Because, well, look at Maggie Chung.
Say no more.
In Yvette. And you, Shaz?
I just can't think of anyone at the moment.
No fictional character?
Fictional character.
Could be anybody. It is a tough question.
It is. I feel like there is people I've thought of before, and we've watched stuff like, oh, they're great, I wish they were real.
No.
But I can't think of anyone at the moment.
There's tons. Do you want to come back to that one in a minute?
Yeah, maybe we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. That's a good question. Right, okay. Do you have a favourite monster from a movie? Okay, yeah, I do actually. You know, this is going to throw people now, because they're going to go, what? But I was going to go with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. I mean, how can you go wrong with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
That's great.
And for you, Shaz?
I don't normally like monsters in films. It puts me off the film a bit if it goes on too much.
Yeah? Oh, what do you think's the most vile monster then?
The most vile one?
Yeah.
One of the really creepy ones from like the old films, like Godzilla, or some of the creepy ones from like the Jason and the Argonaut films. You know, the stop motion characters.
Yeah, how about Medusa?
Yeah, let's go with Medusa, yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty creepy, isn't she?
Yeah.
And just while we're on the fantasy topic, I'll just throw in there as well, the dragon from Dragon Slayer. I absolutely love. I don't think they've beaten that. I don't. Right. Do you, or... Oh no, we've done that already. Yeah. No, I think that came up twice. He did apologise on social media for some reason. Belted out the same question a couple of times. Oh, we have another one from the Kung Fu Collector. And a slightly more serious question. Do you feel Hong Kong cinema has changed you as people? How do you think it has affected you personally? Has it helped you grow, etc.? Is it just entertainment or something more? He says he's slightly vague, he knows, but I think it's a very good, very in-depth question.
It is.
I think it's probably changed me or sculpted me a little bit, because it's given me a wider view than my own perspective probably would have been had I not been introduced to those films. It's made me think from different perspectives, and I think that's all. I just think my appreciation of that different type of cinema, I like to think as a sort of amateur critic that it's made me a more rounded amateur film critic. So we like films from everywhere, hence to Hong Kong and beyond. But it's taught me to look at things from more than one angle. That's all I'd say. Anything to add? Or?
I think, pretty much the same. I think it's just sort of broadened my horizons and made me think about how other countries do things. You know, I always used to say how the Hong Kong films, you'd have really high highs and really low lows, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like, they really push your buttons, I feel, so much more than maybe Western films do.
There you go. Good answer, Shaz. Right, so... Oh, this is great. We got one from Sifu.
Ooh.
And by Sifu, I mean Kenny from Podcast on Fire. We love Kenneth Rawson. I mean, for me, he's the master out there. He really, really is.
I just think now of BFG.
What's that? BFG. Big Friendly Giant? Oh, what he said.
Which we won't say.
Oh, you mean felt something big?
Gun.
Yes, of course. That's what you do, can you? Imprint on people. Any film either of you simply couldn't review, whether too graphic or simply so bad you had no words. He says, go shape your voices further in 2024. Don't you dare give up this challenge. Challenge accepted. No, we wouldn't give up, because we've been taught a lot by everybody around us in the community. Ken, Will, us, Johnny, all the guys, they've taught us a lot. And we, as for the films, there has been some, hasn't there? There was actually one this year that we watched, and I actually went back to our supplier and said, I just can't review this because I have zero positive things to say about it. I think if I remember correctly, the film was called Shadow Master.
I think so. Yes. This
I
wasn't quite our thing, was it?
I had no words, and because
we didn't want to do it a disservice.
There would be people out there that liked it, so I left that for them. And the company Dazzler Media have given us so much to review, and they've been so good. So I just couldn't poop on their shoes like that. I thought I just can't do it. But yeah, for me that film was horrendous. I didn't enjoy anything about it.
There is obviously an audience for it. It just wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't us.
It wasn't us.
They could do martial arts. They could do martial arts for sure. And I think there was another film that we might give a bit of a bashing. I can't remember. But for graphics and violence, I think we pretty much cover anything, won't we? I think we've shown that. Untold Story, Dr. Lamb. Yeah, we'll give it we'll give it all a go. Yeah, we'll give it all a go. Well, maybe not something that has like intense animal cruelty, like.
Oh no, we don't do that.
Cannibal Holocaust.
No.
I mean, I've seen the film. I appreciate the film, but I don't want to cover it. So there we go. Do we have any more? We got one more. Oh no, I think that is it. So I'm really apologise for this super extra long episode. We may or may not have cut this into 2 parts. I don't know. But thank you for watching, especially if you made it all the way through. And we'll hope to catch you again on the next episode. We'll see you then.